So, tiering. Tiering is when someone puts in mass amounts of time, resources, and energy into gaining points and climbing the leaderboard ranks in order to gain a title, the pride, and the glory. Sounds fun, right? I'm only tiering Ebby during start and end dash. Hell no. Hey, future Tycho here. So, he doesn't know that I have a lot more energy now, so it's actually more optimal for me to play Ebby. So, yeah, I'm playing Ebby 24/7 for about 34 hours. Anyways, enjoy the video. So, this will be my second rodeo, except this time, I'm going for a much higher rank. Last time I tiered for T200 for Ruri 4 Backstage Lens Flare because Ruri is my favorite character. So wait, you may be wondering, why are you tiering for Kohane? Well, skip to 242 for the beginning of the 100 prep because I'm about to be yapping a bit about Kohane. I started Project Sekai back in November 2022. And before you get into the game will ask you a few questions. And after answering those questions, I got assigned to the group called Vivid Bad Squad. And that's the group I chose. Continuing on, during the time I joined, the event, Time to Hang Out, was the current event at the time, which was a Kohane mixed event. Then we get to the gacha. Seeing that purple glow for the first time, I got my first 4-star. And who was it? That's right, it was Kohane. Specifically this Kohane, and I just loved her. She originally was my favorite character for quite a while, and has always remained high on my favorites. So with her now being my second favorite character, and the history, I felt it was right to tier VBS World Link 2 because I love the whole gang as well. Plus I really don't feel like tiering for 7 days again. So that's the next topic, World Link. World Link works a bit differently. 4 chapters, each being around 3 days instead of the normal 1 7-day event. However, this does mean points will be going up very quickly compared to a typical event. So it's much more of a hardcore 3 days. Lucky for me, I've made sure the event lands on 3 days where I don't have anywhere I need to be. Next, my general plan. Kohane's chapter is the 3rd chapter in this World Link, so that means I have a lot of extra before event prep time. But, as Ruri would say, great question. I'll have the extra prep time because the event gacha will run about 6 days before her chapter. So, I'll have time to reevaluate my teams and crystals I have to use, and have one last check at my energy amount at the time. However, I do plan to climb as high as I can with map burning during the other members' chapters. 1, for more resources, and 2, because overall I would like to get tier 1000 for the whole event. T500 plus would be amazing, and if I'm already getting T100, I should be able to get enough points. But for now, I'll get into my schedule and exact goals a bit more after the tiering starts. So for now, it's time to jump into the gacha. Now, before we start, the polls are actually going to look like this on a different phone because my phone overheats. It's the only way I can do it. So my hands are here, this is a whole different thing, and this is my phone. So I am absolutely terrified because the last time I did these polls was the End Stars collab.
Here we go. Count 1, guilty. Count 2, guilty. 8, guilty. Count 13, guilty. Count 14, guilty. Count 15, guilty. Count 16, guilty.
This is the first time since then I've done a full-on poll session, so I am absolutely terrified. So, I have my Kohane, another Kohane. We're going to be sparking Kohane because I need her to finish my event team. This is my gacha team. So as you can see, Kohane is a 3 stars, mysterious as well, and the 4 stars mysterious. So I need her to finish my team. I think best case scenario. Okay, I really don't want to leave without at least getting 2. So I want Kohane and someone else. I need at least one other person. And I'm going to go into it. It's never the first one. Unless it's double rates. It's never the first one, so... Yeah. Normally, I would like to go through 3-star ones, but I feel like I'm going to be here all day if I do that. Number 30. Okay, we need to start seeing a 4-star soon, please. Okay, thank you. Please. If it's Kohane, this makes it so much easier, but please. Someone. Please. Please. I'm not even touching it, please. Please. Oh, it's the next one, please. This could solve so many problems if it's just someone. It's always this Haruka. I have this Haruka so many times. It's always this one Haruka card. Oh my god. I'm always losing to Haruka. I'm always getting Haruka. That's pain. But it was 30, you know, so... Please, it's okay, please. The loading time. I have my fingers crossed and everything, please. Jingle, jingle. Jingle, jingle. Jingle, jingle. It's too, please. Like, Kohane Toya right now, please. No, that's not what I meant. Okay, I don't have this Toya card. But please, that's not what I meant. That's not what I meant, please. Please. Seriously? What? Like, 3 4-stars already and no one on set? Oh, okay. I need to turn my notifications off. Yeah, I need to turn this off. I wasn't even paying attention to the loading time. Okay. Oh no. It's lucky, but it's not lucky. I'm in acceptance. I've accepted that the things are just going to go south from here, and I've accepted that I'm going to be disappointed. I'm not even going to plead. I'm just going to accept. I'm not even going to plead. I won't even. I'm in acceptance. I'm in acceptance. And that is all I can say. That is all I can say. There's nothing else I can do but accept. What am I saying? I feel nothing. My luck is just abysmal. In public Sekai, at least. It wasn't this morning, that's for sure. Come on. Me one on set in the next 110 pulls. I will take it, but I really don't want to walk away with just Kohane. Damn. I was right to be stressed and anxious the whole day today because it is 8 p.m. and I've been waiting all day for this. I was right because I knew what was coming. The torment that was going to be thrown at me, the agony. All I ask is one person on set. There's no surprises here. Other than 2 3-stars. I'm doing a cleanse. Please. I have worked so hard for 5 months to prepare for this. Please. I said I wasn't going to go back to pleading. I'm just gonna watch in pain. There's two again, but I don't feel anything. It's not gonna be on set. It's not gonna be on set. Yes, reverse psychology, you stupid. Thank you. Oh my god, thank you, game. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Akito doesn't let me down. Apparently, I don't know, I don't really pull Akito often. Akito lets me down. Akito, what the hell is this? Stop staring at your boyfriend, goddammit. Okay. That helped tremendously. Not now, Miku. Okay. That saved me a lot. I still need to keep going because I'm getting Kohane no matter what, but that has helped me tremendously. It pains me that this is not someone else, but I'm happy. I'm still in pain because I know I might have to spark Kohane, but I'm happy. Well, that's the 150 mark. If I get Kohane, I can stop. Please. It also sucks because if I spark Kohane, I only have 10 of the things, so it means I can do it now, but I want to pull her card in Kohane 6. I pulled my gacha sim a few times before this just to see like what rates were like. The amount of times I got like 3 cards before 100 and 150 was crazy. It had the exact same rates as this does. So why is it so bad here? I'm gonna have to spark Kohane, and I don't want to. I don't want to. I'm gonna have to. Man, these outfits are so good. And I'm only gonna get 2 of them. Like, dude. Yeah, I don't know what to say other than I feel defeated. Wait, this is not a 4-star. And if it is, it's a dupe. It's not a 4-star. I could be really petty now and say I'm going to keep going until I get a 4-star, but I don't know if that's smart. This is more important to me. I'm going to do 2 more. This is more important to me. Oh, please. Please make it worth it. Please. Please. Anyone, but not Akito, please. Not Akito. I don't know if it loaded quickly or not. I wasn't really paying attention. Please. That's a 3-star. That's a 3-star. Please. 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 Please be Kohane. Please be Kohane. That's Nene. I don't even know what to say. I was honestly just holding my breath. Oh my god. This game really tried to play me. This game was really like, yeah, go to 200 and spark. This game tried to play me. How dare it? Now, I'm not gonna spark. I want Toya and I want but I also want the cards that are coming later. However, because I am choosing to save them, I'm doing one more. Okay, that is what it is. I've made my decision. If I want more cards, I'll pull them afterwards. Maybe. Okay, but that's that. You're stepping away from the gacha with my 41,000 crystals. So, focus, 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 focus. You can zoom out. I could zoom out this whole time. What? I didn't know that. Luckily, I'm a bit of a my Sekai addict, so I already have my VBS plushies and gate as high as I can get them right now, and here's the rest of my talents. My resources before I start. The important ones here being the energy, my character ranks for the virtual singers and VPS, me doing some upgrades and team building, and also painting the cards, because that gives extra bonus. And right before starting, this is my team. So the time has finally come. It's time for Toys chapter. Let's get into it. Okay, so now the event has started. Here's me playing Ebi solo, because I would mess up my phone if I tried to record my actual T100 shows. Originally, I did not have enough energy back when I was prepping in November, so my plan was to run Ebi start and end dash and lost and found during normal sessions. However, I have a lot more energy since then, so now the plan is full Ebi times 7 on dashes and times 5 energy in between. Until December, I had last tiered Ruri 4, which could have messed up my energy usage, as on the last day of tiering, remixed in December, I learnt that the optimal energy usage had changed from times 3 to times 5, and I would not have known that if I didn't decide to tier. So thanks me for impulse tiering, and to the person who I tiered with in RASS who told me about the change. And with that explanation out of the way, let's get into Toya's chapter. Starting Toya's chapter, I had 70 overcapped energy, and I was rank 334. On this day, I completed 48 shows, I used 17 large cans, and the 73 energy alone got me about 700k points, which got me to about rank 2000, and I got into the top 1k about an hour and 40 minutes after I started. And I was also able to upgrade Akito's talent today. My final rank for day 1 was 748, and I gained 2,656,815 points. That's a mouthful. Why did I do this? Anyways, I also got an AP today. Yay. Toya day 2. Oh boy. Where shall I start? Starting day 2 at rank 1287. That's fine, I dropped a bit, I'll catch up. Yeah, not quite that easy. Toya's last World Link chapter, T100, was about 5.7, I believe, and this one, as of yesterday, was predicted to be 7 million. Okay, a little bit of an increase, that's fine. I woke up this morning, and it was at 8.7 million predicted. I need to upgrade my point gain just a little bit. So my plan was to update my daily amount from about 2.5 million to 3 million. However, by 3 p.m, which was about 7 hours later, the cutoff T1000 currently was almost 4 million and it was just going up. So I said,
screw it. I'm just gonna jump from 2.6 million to 2.5 million today. Because I think the cutoff is gonna be at least 9 million. Hello, this is a check-in for pretty much the end of day 2. It is 8:42 p.m. I checked it about 20 minutes ago and it's now at 8.9. So, as I kind of predicted earlier in my notes, I think it's gonna hit 10 million. It might even go above that now. Me, right now, I am at 5.1 million. I really need to catch up now. So, I am gonna be doing some not late night, but some evening grinding because I need to catch up. Hopefully, I'm pretty tired right now, but not exhausted because, you know, I wouldn't be doing this if I was exhausted. Hopefully, I can reach to about just under 7 million, but I'll see how far I can go. Hopefully, once I just get into the zone, I'll just be chilling and I won't be as tired anymore, so we'll see. I think I'm around T100. I'm pretty sure. But yeah, I will update you after I have finished this evening, night, tearing grind. It is now 3 hours later, and I managed to gain 1.7 million points, putting me at 651. But by the time I took the screenshot, it was 652. Great progress tonight. Not completely tired out, but I'm decently tired, so I'm gonna go to bed now and gamble on my homies in G4 tonight. G4 was such a blast. Like, I was pretty much with the same people the whole 3 hours, so, and they were great. Really chatty, really funny. So yeah, that's the end of day 2. I'm event rank 811, and today I managed to get Akito's decorations to max, so my event team has increased in talent. Hello. It is day 3. It's currently 6:38. Not that late yet. However, I'm pretty mentally tired. Like, I'm ready to get this done today, so I'm at 8.5, I believe. Pretty sure. I'm gonna try and get to 10 before I take a break. Whenever, probably 10 p.m. And then I will be getting up at 3:20 just to make sure I haven't been voted. Right now I'm at 10 million. So, sticking to the same plan, I am currently T648. And I will wake up 30 minutes before the event ends to make sure I'm good. And then I will go from there. Good night. Hello, this is a voiceover from a bit later on, but I did achieve my goal. I stayed ahead, and in the end, I was ahead by about 600k points. I ended at place 725. Little bit overboard, but I'm always happy to play it safe. And before I went to bed, I did some my Sekai and barely made a dent in my Akito points, but here's the screenshot anyways. And for Akito's chapter, I'm going to be going for T5k. If it's too difficult, I'll just drop to 10k, but I think it should be possible with just nap burning and stuff, so. 1 step down, 3 more to go. It is day 1 of Akito, or day 4 of the overall event. And I started today by getting my event team bonus up again. I went to my Sekai and painted Toya's card. Wait, painted Toya's card? Oh yeah, I did this. Is this game for real right now? Yeah, I'd rather do 300 pulls than Spark. You cannot pry those 10 pink cards away from me. I don't care. I need them. I'm keeping them. And now, ending off Akito's chapter, I got T2989, talk about a clutch, and an overall rank of 1302. And with that, Akito's chapter is now complete. So now it's time for the moment we have all been waiting for. Alright everybody, buckle up and get ready for a long chapter because oh my god, this one is a long one. I've tried my best to keep my information as accurately as possible, however I am literally like a detective because my notes are all scattered in different places. Like my notes app is on my PC, but when it's late at night I play in my bed, so I use my laptop to still be able to talk to people. So now I have notes on my laptop as well, but also in my Discord as like a side thing. The notes are everywhere. I've really tried my best to keep it all accurate and double check all the statistics. So let's get into Kohane's chapter. So, I woke up pretty early this morning. I woke up at about 6:20, but I told myself I wanted like an extra half an hour just to chill. So, I go to my PC at 6:50 and I check the points. Yeah. Not bad, but we gotta get moving. These people have a 2 million head start on me. From 6:50 until 8 AM, I got about 1.5 million points, getting me to T230-ish. I'm just guessing from the point gap on Sekai.ing. At 9:51, I took a break and I was able to check that my rank was 108, so we're almost there. I'm very close. And when I came back, I had 5 autos on the go, so I was place 106, and I came back at 10:10. At 10:48, I reached T100 at 4.2 million points. At 11:30, I was at 5 million, and at 11:40, I was at 5.6 million, and I took a break, so I was able to check that I was T83. I returned from my lunch about an hour later, and I was T90. And I decided that for today, my goal was to hit 12 million points. I took another break at 2:10, and I went for a walk, and when I left, I was T83. And I had a pretty long walk, so by the time I got home, I just took a break until after I'd eaten. So when I came back at 5, I was T97. At 7:23, I was rank 79. At 7:30, I reached 10 million points. At 8 p.m., there was a Sage jump scare. Someone chose that song on accident. At 8:20, I was rank 69. And at 9:07, I hit 12 million. The cutoff was currently 9.2, and I ended my day at rank 67. It's just a number. It's just a number. It's just a normal number, you know? Normal number. Completely normal. Day 1 is complete. And I am so proud of myself. Like, I cannot believe I ended up this high. I just gotta keep it going. But also at the same time, how the hell did I do that? I didn't know I could do that. How did I do that? I don't know. Bros, we gotta skedaddle, we gotta get going right now, we gotta go! Okay, jokes aside, this is actually right where I predicted I was going to be. Realistically, I was like, I'm probably gonna drop a lot, and I expect to drop to about 110 or worst 120. So this is exactly where I thought I would start the day off. With that out of the way, I started day 2 at 21 energy, rank 347, and I started at rank 111, 1.4 mil below 100 at 7:30. At 8:15, after looking at some predicted cutoffs, I changed my goal from 32 million points to 42 million points. At 9:30, I was back in T100 and I was T99. I then took a break at 10 and I decided to switch to autos in the meantime, but that's when I realised I had a big problem. Seeing this on the morning of my second day was terrifying. I was so confused. I was so lost as to how my 5 months of previous calculations was somehow wrong. I went through my account and started making some important upgrades. I was hoping to save my event currency until the end, but I started using it from the other chapters to be able to upgrade my team. I leveled up the happy attribute, and I leveled up the virtual singer's talent in every Sekai except VBS about 7 times, and I raised Anne to Mastery 2. I gained 1k crystals from the character ranks, which would then later on lead to more energy, and after all of my upgrades, I raised my team by about 1.2 talent. So there's good news and there's bad news. The good news is, my energy situation is completely fine. Because the bad news is that I accidentally forgot to change my goal to the amount I still needed to get to 42 million, because I already had 16 million. So I only needed about another 26 million. I didn't need another 42 million, and that was the problem. That was my problem. All along, I was the problem. So that is solved. It is completely fine. That was my bad. I put in the wrong numbers. We're all good. In that moment, I was honestly ready to ditch all my future gacha and my Kohane 6 tiering plans. So, this was good. We're back. I'm so back. I was ready to say how I was gonna keep going and going down no matter what. And I was gonna go down trying even if I didn't have enough energy, but we're fine now, so... Let's continue day 2. After that, I decided to take a short break. At 1, I was back to rank 102. At 3, I climbed up to 84. I took a break then for 2 hours. Then 5:30, I was 93. And then from 5:30 until 11, I was busy. Day 2, second night, was my most productive time, other than end dash, I would say. With a lot of insider knowledge jokes. If you know, you know. If you don't, you don't. And with that, let's get on to the end of day 2. Oh, come on. Starting off the final day, day 3, overnight and this morning I used 37 autos, so I started at 1 energy. At 8:10, I started my day at T100 and had a fight with someone who I had already ran with, either on day 1 or day 2. We were fighting like this for about 40 minutes, I believe it was. Really just back and forth, it was hilarious. 10:33, I took a break and I was at 85. At 11:15, I came back, I was at 89. 11:46, I took another break, I was at 86. And I leveled all my virtual singer decorations to level 8 and level 11 in VBS. I started again at 2 because I wanted to start again at 120, but I got stuck in the waiting list for about 35 minutes, so that wasn't fun. And then I was placed 93, and then I took a break at 250 and I was placed 92, and then I started back again at 4:45, I was placed 98, and then at 5 p.m. I decided to switch to times 7 energy because although N-Dash didn't start until 10 p.m, I would be sleeping for about 4 hours. So I thought I should start my own personal N-Dash a little bit earlier. I then ended off today at rank 81, but by the time I took the second screenshot it was 82, which is a lot lower compared to my other days. I felt confident in my safety overnight, as this time, instead of being about 1.6, 1.8 million ahead of 100, I was 4 million ahead. Now, this next part is very important. You see, I stopped at 38 million today. However, I stopped tiering about 10 minutes after N-Dash started. And that's a really bad time to stop. So I knew for the next 6 hours that people were going to constantly be gaining points. So I decided to try and calculate with the energy I had remaining how much energy I could use for autos. I deducted that the best thing I could do was put my autos on times 5, and that would still leave me with about 70 cans, I think it was, or 100. That's quite a big gap, but it's one of those two, I don't remember. So I did, and this was very important, because as you can see here, my autos kept me in pace with a lot of people. I did fall, but not until about 1 a.m, I believe it was. So the entire time I was sleeping, my autos were allowing me to continue going up, which was great. I'm glad I bought the deluxe, because I think I did 70, 60, 70 autos? Can't remember again. But in the end, my autos gave me 2 million points. 2 million points. And this will be very important later on. But for now, before we get into night 3, let's finish off day 3. For those final 10 minutes, I decided to close everything. I knew at this point there wasn't anything I could change, so I decided to keep myself in the dark and let it be a surprise. So for now, you two are gonna have to wait to see how those last 10 minutes went. 350 at my final check, I was T94. During those 10 minutes, I got 6 final songs in, and then it was over. By this point, my worries of being kicked out of 100 were gone, as I knew it was almost impossible for me to drop that much in just 10 minutes. So, after waiting 10 minutes for ranks to update, I grabbed my phone, hit record to show my reaction, and what happened was something I didn't expect. What? Whoa, I got 82 in the end. But that's right, somehow, in the final 10 minutes, I jumped up 12 ranks, earning me the final rank of T82. And my first T100, yay! Also, remember this person, Neela? You may have won the fight back then, but in the end, I won the war. But, as you should all know by this point, this fight wasn't over yet. It's time for the chapter intro one last time. Cue the music. Starting off day 1 for Arn's chapter, you want to know what I did? Absolutely nothing. I took a whole day off. I wasn't doing anything. Okay, instead of not burning, I was editing day 1, 2 of Kohane's chapter, so I knew I needed time to do that because it was getting pretty long. And also, what the hell, why did it take me 6 to 8 hours to edit 10 minutes worth of footage? So yeah, that's what I did day 1. On to day 2. And there you have it. The event is over, and I placed T3143 for Arn, and my overall rank in the end was 311. Yeah, I did drop overnight. I actually went back to check, and I found out that I dropped an hour and 28 minutes before the event ended. However, normally, I might have been a bit sad, but I dropped from 300 into top 400. Why is that a good thing, you might ask? I don't have any 400 ranks. I already have one 300, so I'll take a 400, I'll add it to my collection. Fine by me. And with that, it's all over. However, before I want to get into my final comments/notes, we need to do a quick re-account check, looking at my energy and character ranks. Now it's time to talk about my final thoughts and also this experience as a whole. But as I'll be doing this throughout Kohane's chapter, As this was my first T100 run, I wanted to be able to remember it well, and everything I could really. So I made sure to note down every single person I tiered with who was with me for longer than an hour, and I will be displaying their names on screen as I give my final thoughts as a tribute to all of the people who helped me on this journey, as well as where they ended up at the end, because they all worked so hard to get the ranks they wanted. Now, don't get me wrong, World Link as my first T100 was a crazy challenge, and I loved it, but I am definitely not doing it again. As for the run itself, in this video, I wanted to try and show and prove that you can gain a lot of points without having to sell your soul to the game. I was still able to take all my scheduled breaks and also listen to my body when I felt tired, dizzy, hungry, etc. And I would start with anywhere from a 30-minute to a 2-hour break. And then if I still needed more, I would take a little more. Even though I used a few autos now and again, the only part where I needed them was during the night of day 3, but all players still do have 22 autos for free, which, if that was all I had, I would have used times 7 energy instead of 5 to get me around 1,000,000 points, which would have just been enough for a T100 to maybe 97, including me tiering afterwards. So it would have just been a lot closer if I was doing a free-to-play tier. I also wanted to do this for myself, as I struggle with energy, burnout, and fatigue. Doing so much during this time just felt nice. I sure had times when I was tired and I was a bit like, I want to wrap this up so I can take a break, but I never once hated it. And the only thing that made me even consider quitting for a second was when I thought I didn't have enough in-game energy. So I can't change how my days go and how I may feel, but now I can feel happy that I was able to accomplish a big goal of mine. The profile I made does apply to outside situations, but it's also as simple as I wanted to carry the sadness people have felt from not achieving their goals, such as a Project Sekai rank, and use it to fill mine and a friend's. To always remember to go further than the predicted points to keep my goals safe, because I'd worked so hard to already get where I was. I wanted to be able to create a video that's quite real and relatable, as often I find myself detached from people I watch tearing videos about, because they really push their sleep, hunger, and more to the side, and are able to reach things like T10s and 100,000,000 points, and more. And for someone who wants something a bit more humble, or even as simple as a 2k rank, I find it hard to relate and to try and make myself feel like it's realistic for me, and I'm sure someone else out there will feel the same. And in the end, I think I've done a good job of that. As for me, my next goal is hopefully a nice T500 on Kohane 6, as I do love to tier T200 to 300, as it's still a higher rank, but I really only have to spend a few hours each day consistently across the event to get it. It's rewarding, but easier and less stressful. However, I'm not sure yet if I do have enough resources remaining, so that is to be decided. After that, I was thinking about doing T100 Rui 6, as my next big goal is a T100 of Rui event, as 1, he is very popular, so it's a challenge, but 2, he's also my favourite character. And yes, I said also. After this event, I would say both Rui and Kohane I would consider my favourite characters, so of course he needs the same treatment. But after this T100, I do need a break. I'm not sure if a year's time is enough for both resources and time, so for now I'm changing the plan to T200 Rui 6. And then for now, I'm waiting for the perfect event to T100 something that is extra special to me. And I believe that's all I wish to say. I'd be lying if I said I underestimated the physical toll from T200 to 100, but I'd also be lying if I said I didn't have fun. So for now, that's all from me. I hope this video was both able to inform you of how tiering T100 can be, as well as an insight into what this event meant to me. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and for now, because I have no idea when I may post again, I hope you will have a pleasant day.